And we're back.
It's time for review number 2 of the night.
Hi again. We're here to talk about something completely different now.
Yes.
We are here to talk about Chef. We actually saw this last week.
Yeah.
So we have to refresh our memories a bit.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, you don't really need to go over very much.
Yeah. Long story short, like, this isn't a special story, but it felt like an adult Ratatouille.
Except Ratatouille was better.
Yeah, no, I'll admit that. No, I will admit I'm not a huge fan of Ratatouille. Although once again, once again, as I said, I will admit, like, just because I like something doesn't mean it's good, and just because it's good doesn't mean I like it.
Fair enough.
And it's just I will admit, like, it is thematically a very strong movie. It's just I wasn't as entertained compared to their other ones.
I think actually Ratatouille is one of the best works.
Yeah.
But that's just my humble opinion. But
yeah.
I'm the host of this channel, so of course my opinion matters the most. Ha. Anyway.
Sure.
And I'm incredibly narcissistic, apparently. So, he said half jokingly. That's probably saying, no, you're not. You're fine. But thanks, asshole. Anyway, Chef. Chef, for those who don't know, is a movie written and directed and starring Jon Favreau, which should be your first warning sign for any movie, really. Sometimes they can pull it off. Like Don John was a good case of this.
What about Iron Man?
Well, Jon Favreau didn't star in Iron Man, so that doesn't count.
He wasn't the star.
He was in it, but he wasn't the star.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those who written, directed, and starred. It's not The Room, thank God. But it's basically about a gourmet chef who, after a big dispute over his previous work, gets a food truck and drives around cross country with his son, and they bond, and he becomes successful. The end.
Pretty much.
I summed up 2 hours for you.
Yeah.
It took me less than 5 seconds. Or 5 minutes.
And I will say this right off the bat. That was even though we kind of differ on our opinions, we both agreed this movie, much like A Million Ways to Die in the West, was too long.
Yeah, see, I didn't really like this movie. Like, it wasn't terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, I can tell you, it's like A Million Ways to Die in the West is much worse. But, yeah, it just didn't work for me. Because I remember we talked about this briefly when we saw it. I just thought the main character was a dick. I didn't really like him.
How so?
Well, just from the very beginning, he's kind of one of those... Quite frankly, he's kind of a patronizing asshole.
I didn't see him as patronizing.
Well, like, he kind of is. Like, I respect all kinds of art form. However, like, I respect that if you're passionate about something, by all means, explore the depth of your personality. But if you're hired to do a job, and the boss didn't seem like that bad of a guy.
Well, I don't know, admittedly, there's one of those things where, like, this is one of the situations where I think I've kind of been in similar boats, or, like, I think we've both been, like, where we have kind of these creative outputs, but then it kind of gets stifled in a way that just, like...
I understand that. Yeah. However...
But the thing is, it's hinted that this has been going on for more than just, like, that time. Like, this is something that's been going on for years.
I understand that as well. But, however, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, he's been given a job. He's expected to carry out that job. That's like if I went to my job, I did something completely different, completely off the schedule, and I would expect not to get yelled at for it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like, and so it's kind of, I have a hard time sympathizing when it's like, this is what you're being paid to do, and you're making pretty good money out of it.
Actually, no, he's not, which you can clearly see.
Oh, that's right, because he has a shitty apartment.
Yeah, because that was, like, the #1, like, indicator.
Yeah, and, like, I'm all for pursuing your passions, but I do not have respect for people who are just kind of assholes about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of, he is for at least the majority of the movie, he's just kind of an asshole to everyone, except, like, even to his son, he's kind of an asshole. Except to, like, his other chef friend, who I liked.
Well, it seemed like, for his crew, he was cool with. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, the way I saw it was just, like, it was less of him... If he was an asshole, I'd like, the way it's more of it, it's like he would have been unapologetic of, like, his stuff. And, like, there were times, like, he didn't apologize, but other times he'll realize, like, the problem is that
he was mostly apologetic. It was basically everyone else's problem, not his.
Not really, like... What was it? After he when he flips out the restaurant... Okay, we should probably rephrase.
Yeah.
The problem... Okay, right in the beginning, what happens is he's kind of forced to, like, make food for, like, this huge food critic that's, like, coming into the place. Mm-hmm. And he wants to make, like, something, actually good, but his boss, doing kind of the reverse psychology guilt trip on him. Mm-hmm. That's what I saw. He was saying, sure, make whatever you want, but, maybe we should.
No,
do
it's just
stuff that's
passive aggressive
tied.
saying, I'm your boss, make the menu. That's basically all that was.
Yeah,
not much saying reverse psychology, more
Sorry,
of a...
passive aggressive. That's yeah.
This is passive aggressive, trust me, please, I'm a psychology student, I know what about that. Oh.
Yeah. But basically basically did that, and of course, by basically selling out, as some would say, in this case, I wouldn't say he sold out, like, as you said, he was doing a job that he was paid to do. Although, by doing that, basically kind of getting, passively aggressive guilted into it, it's like he basically earned the scorn of someone who's basically called a burnout and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the problem I have is really just the attitude. It's it's like, I'm friends with a lot of artists. I have a few that are my best friends, but at the same time, I hate there's that other layer where everyone's like, if you don't like this, you just don't understand it or something. And I felt that's kind of the realm that Jon Favreau's character was kind of in, where it's like, if you don't like this, that means you just don't understand it, or you don't understand what real art is, what real food is, and shit like that.
Oh, he was pretty blatant about that.
Yeah, and that
which actually was a pretty funny, had a pretty funny aftermath.
But even then, it's like that shit bothers me. I guess those are the kind of people I just always hated growing up, and I can't stand them now. And I give you permission right now, if I ever become that way, I give you full permission to punch me in the face. But don't just do it because you feel like it, even though I know there are times you do. But to me, it's like, once you reach that point, there's no going back. There's no going back for me. Like, after that, you pretty much scarred yourself in my mind. Because, like, at that point, it's like, you're just a pretentious prick. I mean, that's just kind of what it comes down to. There's a sense of superiority to it that's really kind of obnoxious. And quite frankly, that movie carries with the character through the entire rest of the movie. There's always that sense of, like, he knows more about this stuff than you, and he kind of holds it over your head. And that stuff's hard to get past for me.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so that was the big killer for me. I'm not saying, like, the whole movie's bad. There were parts I was like, okay, I don't hate him quite as much. But the problem is that character trait never ever really went away either. There was no humility to any of it. It was like, I know better, so I'm going to open my own shit. And I'm going to be successful. And I'm really going to not learn much except I'm going to spend more time with my son. That's pretty much all he learns in the movie. He doesn't learn how to be a better person, doesn't learn to be a better chef. He just basically learns, like, okay, I'm just going to do this now, and that's going to lead to success, and, spend more time with my child. That's it.
Yeah. But still, I mean, there was at least some growth there. Like,
there was some, but not in the ways I feel like needed to be done.
Right.
I mean, at least in, like, Ratatouille, like, the critic at the end of the movie legitimately goes through, like, a life change. Oddly enough, Ratatouille and Chef have almost the exact same ending.
Yeah. It does. As I said, it's adult Ratatouille, I told you.
Yeah, I mean, the glaring similarity of that ending, though. Mine is like the giant the critic has a monologue! Fuck, it is the same movie! It's the same ending! God damn it!
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like... Thankfully, I've never gone through to, like, the extent that he, the main character's gone, but, like...
Do I have permission to punch you in the face if you do?
No.
Damn it.
Because I'm terribly intolerant to pain.
Well, that's more the reason, dude. It's called a wake-up call.
Do you need me to smack your hand again?
That was weird. Wonder Twin Powers.
But, I mean, I've been in a lot of those instances where, like, I'm excited for something, like, that I want to try to, like, push myself to go further, and, like, I've had those instances where just, like, I kind of got crapped over.
There's a fine line, though. Like, I worked with this director a long time ago. I'm not gonna say his name, because I don't want him to sue me, but, who was just this horrible, horrible director who had horrible ideas and horrible scripts, but he was convinced he was a genius. And he made no effort to hide that in any way whatsoever. And he made sure to lord it over all of us. And we all hated his guts. The entire 2 shows we did with him.
Oh, 2 shows, so it wasn't me, thank God.
No, it wasn't you. Dude, if it was you, I would tell you to your face.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, but I have a much more sour face.
See, that's how I'm gonna know you years from now if you're actually making and directing. It's like, and here we have the latest production from Grant Corvin. Looking like the grumpy guy from Up.
Yeah, Grant Corvin will be voiced by Ed Asner. Oh wait, he's dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, here's one big
But-
problem. Here's another thing. We both agree. This is the part we both agree on. Is there is so much patience issues.
Yeah.
It takes the whole point of the movie is that he eventually gets a food truck. You know how long it takes to get to a food truck?
An hour.
In this 2-hour movie, it takes over an hour to finally get to the food truck. There was that funny joke I made during the critic blow up scene. You remember which one that was? Okay, there's a scene in the movie like after the critic. Oh, by the way, this movie is also a 2-hour advertisement for Twitter.
Yeah. But I will admit, it was kind of interesting how they did
No, like it worked. It worked fine.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't too much of an issue for me. But there's a part he basically just starts a Twitter
I remember
with the critic. And
this is after basically like he quits because the boss just like, okay, basically this one of the better arguments the guy made was like, look, I made your menu and look what happened. Like they don't want the old menu. We need to do something new. It's like
because the critic comes back after like he challenges them on Twitter, basically.
Yeah,
so they're gonna make a whole new menu for you.
Yeah, because he accidentally publicly like insults him.
Yeah. And
Which also made for one of the best, pretty good little like anticlimactic jokes in the end, explaining everything. Where it's just like,
I thought we were playing a game.
yeah, I thought it was theatrics.
That's basically all it is.
Yeah.
John, so basically, on the night the critic comes back, the boss says, we need to make the menu again. John Favreau's like, no, everyone's here because they know we're not doing the menu again. They get a tussle, and Jon Favreau leaves. But the critic comes back, and he starts bashing him again. So Jon Favreau angrily comes back and gives this long 5-minute angry speech about critics in general. And basically it's like, we all worked so hard for this, and then you guys come in, and you just shit all over it. Kind of like what we're doing now.
Yeah. I was like... And so that was the other thing. She's like watching. It's just like I suddenly felt like a little bad. I kind of felt bad about like.
I didn't. I was like, yeah.
I was like, well, oh yeah. I wouldn't say bad, but it's like I kind of thought about like these other conversations I've had with friends about it.
I think. Well, he would hate my channel.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. But I leaned over to you and I was like, you think this is how we responded to the critical response to Iron Man 2?
I think you said Amazing. No, you said Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, I said Iron Man 2.
No, you said Spider-Man.
I meant Iron Man, because...
Yeah, either way, it's like I'm sure Mark Webb probably did say the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, is Mark Webb naturally an angry person?
No, he seems like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, that's him. Now, Jon Favreau seems much more reactionary to me, but just, you can tell from his little cameos in the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's one of those things, it's one of those shows, you had to be there. Yeah, I mean, once it gets in the food truck, it's enjoyable enough, it's still kind of predictable, but it's fun, it's fine, it's serviceable. Yeah. But just like especially after that little hissy fit but that's also another way just to instantly lose any credibility you have for your character.
Yeah.
Because I have no respect for anyone who just can't maintain their cool under the face of criticism. Ironically enough, as someone who's been hated on a lot. I can tell by people we both know and by random people online.
Yeah.
I have never gotten a flame war. See, that's what happens when you keep fucking with the windows while the key's not in there.
I think you lowered it last time. This one won't go up.
Oh, it's because the window locks on. There you go.
But, yeah.
But it's like, it's the same kind of thing, though. He just throws this gigantic hissy fit. It's like, how am I supposed to respect your character again? Why am I supposed to care about his dilemma when clearly he's a gigantic ass?
Yeah. And I think this will definitely be, like, the deal breaker for people. It's like, for some people, if you're able to identify with the guy, then it's going to be a lot easier to like it. And, if you find him to be like an ass, then obviously it's going to be a lot harder. And admittedly, I do think that kind of thing does walk a pretty fine line.
I mean, you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You gotta see why
I understand. And I was like, I understand. Like, I had the idea, but this makes it much clearer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like, that's what it comes down to for me. It's like, I respect anyone who's willing to, like, take the risk, pursue their artistic dreams. By all means, I'm not discouraging.
Yeah, just have some class about it.
Yeah, exactly. Have a little humility. Have some class. Have some, like, be open to shit like this happening. Because it's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Criticism will always come when you're trying things out. And guess what? You're gonna suck when you first start out. And if you can't handle, because if you look at my earliest stuff, they are terrible. I can't watch them now because they're so bad. But but you get better and you keep trying. You gotta get used to criticism fast, or you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
So if you're throwing these temper tantrums, anyone ever like lightly criticize you personally, which they will do too, because it's the age of the internet and people are assholes, it's like, then don't bother.
Do what I do, slink away and cry in a corner, damn it!
Or do what I do is get really sarcastic.
That too.
That's my...
Wait, then... No, wait, no, never mind.
No, it's not entirely hypocrisy.
Yeah, I say, wait, no, there's a difference between being cynical and...
No, like if there's legitimate criticism, things I can improve on, like I will listen. Like, okay, I'll work on that next time. But if the guy's clearly just being an asshole, I will be just the biggest sarcastic douche I can be. And I've had so much fun.
Like a certain Rio review.
Okay, a little elaborate. If you look in the Rio review, there's this huge long speech of just why we're terrible people for not liking this movie, and I was like, I looked at this thing and thought. At no point during this long rant has he had made any reference to any scene in the movie. So clearly he hasn't seen the movie. And I called him out on it. He goes, why would I go to every review and post the same long rant if I haven't seen the movie?
Because it's the internet and you're a troll? Yeah.
Pretty much. And he goes, so you guys started Flame Wars this? He goes, yeah, but they've all ended peacefully. And then some other guy commented below, that's just democracy is so overrated.
I didn't see that one.
That's a more recent one. You can look that up. It's in the you can find it in the video section. But
what do you think about the supporting cast, though? I mean, obviously we know John Leguizamo was just like freaking awesome in this movie.
I thought the Robert Downey Jr. cameo was bizarre.
Not really.
I mean, even for Robert Downey Jr., I was like, okay, where are we going with this?
For me, it was funny because basically he was basically acting just like Tony Stark.
Pretty much.
And
but still,
also, of course, you know, him and Jon Favreau.
I mean, I know they're good friends, so I mean, I understand why he's in the movie. But at the same time, I was like, he keeps it was almost kind of random things he was spurring out that was kind of really confusing and conflicting. I was like, I guess that's what they're going for. I don't know, or if he was just improvising the whole thing. Again, I don't know. Anyway, I like the fact that Sofia Vergara is actually trying more serious work.
Yeah,
I mean, like, she's a pretty funny woman. Like, now that's a humble actress. That is a girl who will openly laugh at herself. Like, have you seen her response on like the reading her own mean tweets thing?
No.
There's a part where, like, she reads it. It says, Sofia Vergara sound like she always has a dick in her mouth, something like that. And she looks at the camera. And she looks at the camera and goes, "What's wrong with having a dick in your mouth?" It's like, that is great. That I can respect. Because it's like, it's one of those, I clearly don't give a shit what you're saying, so I'm going to say whatever the hell I want kind of thing. I can respect that. But, I mean, I like Sofia Vergara. I wouldn't call her an amazing actress, but I like the fact that she's trying. Who else was in this?
So there's them, John Leguizamo. One of his other buddies I've seen in a few movies. I just can never remember his name.
The kid was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The kid I definitely felt sympathy for.
The kid was good. I liked the kid fine.
Yeah. Oh, God. Sorry, I remember some of the other jokes in that food truck. Something involving cornstarch.
Sorry. Sorry, I was like...
yeah, well...
Cornstarch? Oh, yeah, the cornstarch on the balls, yeah. And that was... there was that one joke that we all laughed. That was legitimately pretty funny. There's a part where, like, right after they finish cleaning up the food truck, and everyone, like, the son, the dad, and the dad's friend are all sitting, like, in benches outside, and they're drinking beer, and the dad's friend, like, offers a beer to the kids, like, "You want some?" The dad, like, looks at the dad's like, "Can I?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Gives a sip, and he goes, "Oh,
tastes terrible, doesn't?" Yeah. Remember that when a kid offers you a beer.
Bad parenting, but good moral.
Yeah, that's what someone would call classic parenting.
The old school kind. But after that, I don't know. It's what was the joke you were thinking of? Because I think we were thinking two different things.
Well, continuing the cornstarch thing, where it was just, you know what's best? Put them all down, put them in a frying pan. You got some hush puppies.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's one of those things. I think you're right, Grant. Where it's like whether you think the main character is like legitimately pursuing a dream, you think he's an asshole, is gonna make or break the movie for you. That and just of course the pacing issues is a problem. Yeah. But like quality wise, production wise, it's not a bad movie. Yeah. I just didn't like it because I didn't like the main character. Yeah.
It's like there's like the supporting cast is good. I thought it had a good theme it was trying to explore. It's just a matter of whether or not you think they did it successfully or not. Which I think that's where definitely a few people are going to be on the fence about.
Yeah, so it's not the best movie out
Yeah.
there. You can definitely do better in theaters right now.
Yeah.
I still say X-Men is probably the best movie in theaters. Go check it out right now.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it's if you're looking somewhere in the drama department or, like, the indie department,
Yeah.
this one's a decent one and, like, quite frankly, a really dry season for indie movies right now.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like, it's really what it comes down to. It's okay.
Yeah. Like, for me, it's definitely not the best thing out there, but I enjoyed it, at least.
Yeah.
And which is a lot more than I can say compared to, like, because I hit kind of a dry spell with movies, for X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get back to you on that. I actually literally tried to think of a movie.
That was out you actually liked, or
Yeah. It's like, aside from
Summer.
No, it's like aside from X-Men, it's like the last 5 or 6 movies I saw I just didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
Or were kind of at best.
Oddly enough, we're kind of reverse roles here. You're much more forgiving than I am, and usually 9 times out of 10, you're much more harsh. You're much more harsh than I am.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because, I mean, God, like, crap, what was the last good movie I saw besides X-Men? This is gonna bug me!
oh, I know it. Pompeii. Hey, Jack Bauer was amazing in that movie. The volcano was amazing too. Oscar nomination. How it just killed everyone. I loved it. He was my favorite character. Because he did what I wanted to.
If only he didn't freeze frame those the two.
Oh, there's only so much you can do. Yeah. One volcano can only do so much.
Oh, that's such a terrible movie!
I think we're done here. So,
Yeah. And thankfully we don't remember any of the trailers. I'm assuming you didn't take note of any of them.
I didn't.
No bother looking.
I was not in a great mood at the time, so I was like, fuck it. So, yeah, Jeff.
Alright, like for me, I'd say, rounding up to, I'd say, a 7 for me. But for you, I'd say probably more of a 5.
Yeah. Penis.
Huh.
Hold on. Say it.
Oh, I thought you could hit the record button to stop me.
I'm waiting.
Winky.
Close enough.